Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Running what is actually my third P-Fix series race for this week. Gonna go out for qualifying. Other two have both ended up in wrecks and dumb stuff, and yeah, just not stuff I wanted to show you guys between A, what happened on the track, and B, how frustrated I was getting with it. I am not personally a fan of this new Atlanta configuration. I know I've seen a lot of people saying that they've really enjoyed the racing here, they've had fun in this series. It's not for me. It's just Daytona and Talladega smaller, and quite honestly, I think it's harder to pass. So I think people are even more aggressive, which just makes it more risky and less fun, in my opinion. That's just me, though. That is why I'm going out for qualifying, though. I suck at qualifying in general, but really suck at Superspeedway, so just trying to do what I can to get myself as far towards the front as I can. A, hoping that I can avoid some wrecks, but B, more or less just trying to get that track position. Caught either a second or a third split, maybe even a fourth split possibly, depending, since we had so many entries. Car number 6 out of 24, so unfortunately expected to do well, and not had that luck yet. So we'll shoot for a top 10 in this one, and hope that maybe somehow I can try to grind out a top 5. Not get into turn 1 very good there, just carved all sorts of time out, although that optimal is based off of the draft, so I guess technically it may not be quite as bad, although it's fallen pretty quick, so I don't even think a low 32 is going to happen, but we'll see. Just going to run it down here on the bottom. 32.043 is not actually a terrible lap for me, and it's good for 4th right now. So, I don't know, I've seen both lines get runs. I don't feel like there's one line that's necessarily better to be in over the other in terms of high or low. 3 wide can happen, but 3 wide is very, very tough, and most of the time when I've seen 3 wide happening, it's resulted in wrecks. To give you an idea, you can see I was the only one in the front 6 that decided to qualify. The 1 through 5 cars all decided not to qualify. 8, 9 did not. 11, 12, 14. A lot of people did not decide to qualify. Only 8 of us out of the 24 return time. So it's yeah, it's gonna be rough. I changed nothing on the setup. Offset, all that feels fine to me. I use brakes when I need to stop a run coming in terms of getting in the back of somebody, because you definitely do suck up pretty quick in this. And coming into 1 and 3, if you're behind somebody, you really cannot run wide open without either pushing up or getting into them. So we will get paints refreshed and then jump into the car. Yeah, just gonna try to have a better run this time. Hopefully get something out of it. I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do, but I'm gonna try my best. It's probably gonna be a rough one, but maybe starting 4th will keep me towards the front and try to finally get a decent finish out of this. I think this one, honestly, is just going to be my last one, regardless of what happens. So you guys will either get to see something that hopefully is good, or it'll be absolute crap. Not worrying about Delta Bar for this, because, again, it's all based on whatever kind of runs you can get. Tire fall off is a little bit of a thing, but I don't feel like tires make a massive difference. I guess, you know, if the entire field comes in and you decide to stay out, you could be in a bad spot, but if you can get any number of people staying out and you can pick up track position, I think it's worth more than that. Hopefully we can have a race that finally runs for most of it without cautions, but we'll have to see. Another weird thing too that's a bit different for me this week is I've typically been starting in 1st gear because the gearing's so tall, and I feel like 1st gear is actually the better way to start, at least for me. I feel like 2nd gear, I ride around cautions in 2nd gear, or once we get going, usually just stay in 4th gear. But I feel like 2nd gear is just, it puts me a little too far beneath the power band to get a decent line going. So that's a little bit different, but other than that, I mean, it's a lot like Daytona and Talladega, just shorter and a little bit narrower and tighter corners in terms of the radius. Otherwise, it's basically the same thing. So Gotta trust everybody around you. Pray that racing God's looking upon your favor. Just hope you come out on the other side clean. Every race I've been has always had a massive pile up on the last lap too, so if we can make it clean all the way to that point and I'm still around, that's going to be my biggest goal, is to avoid that. Although the other goal might be to avoid the 7 right now, given how he's blinking. That could be rough. Although I'm not looking the best either, so hopefully I'm not causing too many issues to everybody.
Okay, Jake, get ready.
But we'll get ready to go here soon. See when 21 decides to go. Seen some people running all the way down to the grass in the front stretch below the red line. I've seen some people keeping it above the red line. Typically that's what I do when I can. 18's falling off a little bit on the outside, but we're stuck behind him. Nothing I can really do, so just gonna ride here. Be smart. 5 laps is quick, but it's also a long way. Car cuts up, I think that was the 10. Cuts to the high side in front of the 18. Red Bull's gonna be aggressive going. Looks like we should be able to get a bit of a run to get front. Not gonna clear the 21, but it's gonna take advantage, cut down in front of the 21. Stall out our run. 7 coming behind us, so hopefully that code doesn't do a thing. 18 pushed way up into the corner. I did not want to follow him that high, so that's why I kind of cut underneath. Wasn't looking to make it 3 wide, just didn't want to follow the 18 all the way up. Kind of learning how to time the lift into the corners to stay at consistent distance away from the car in front. All over the place, although I probably am too.
Still there. Keep it steady, still there. He's still there.
It's gonna come back up. He's still there. Notice the run the 18's been a little bit quicker.
Still there. Rewind,
we get checked up there. I don't know what happened. 18's all over. Try to get down to the bottom of the opening because I don't like the outside anymore with the 18. 20s comes to the inside, 21 slides up in front of the 10. We're just going to follow the 20 on the inside. Just gonna stay here on the bottom now. 18's going to come down behind us. That's going to scare me. And the 20 moves up in front of the 21, so you're on a 3 wide call. 21's getting shuffled back, 20's getting shuffled back. We're going to be in the not advantageous spot of leading. Just going to hold the bottom because the 18's going to get the run. I'm going to get freight train most likely. Not much I can really do. Look out for the 10. Probably won't be afraid to give us a shot. Like I said, once you're out front or way behind somebody, you can run wide open, but you certainly don't want to be running wide open when you're behind somebody into the corners. Well, I can honestly say these are the first laps I've led here, and this was not by choice. Just decided to take the lanes that I thought were less scary, and this is where it's put me. And it's gonna get the run to the outside though. Not gonna block at all, just gonna stay here on the bottom for now.
Still there. He's still there, keep digging. Still there. Still there.
Falling back a little bit, but that's okay. It's gonna slot down in front of us. 18's also getting the run, he's gonna slot down in front of us. Big deal, 18's gonna stay high, just suck up behind the 10. I can get the win, great, but just content to ride here for quite a while. We're only starting lap 9, so got a long, long way to go.
That lap time
pushed a little bit off of turn 2, that's why we were able to close back up.
Keep it steady, still there. Still there.
It's kind of drifting everywhere. I've got
Still there.
18 to the outside, so I cannot follow the 10 up at all.
We've just done
Corners.
138.
He's still there, keep digging.
The 7's right behind the 18. I've got the 21 lined up behind me.
Hold your line.
Looks like it's too wide for probably 5 or 6 rows deep, and then it goes single file behind.
Still there. Keep it together, hold your line. Still there. Keep it steady, still there.
Really bothering to listen to the chat. I have it turned down.
Hold your line. Still there. He's still there. Clear up high.
Just a little bit of a run. The outside line gets a run off the corners.
Right side.
Thing that I'm going to hate is if we can make it all the way there without a caution, people are going to go banzai anywhere, and I'm sure we'll get wrecked on the last lap. So I'd love to get a 0x out of this, but I don't think it's going to happen, so the goal's 4x if I can. New one's going up in front of the 18 to try to get the outside lane to run. Let's go with the 1 coming up behind us. We got 1 car shooting way down. Comes back up. That was the 3. Kills the outside lane's momentum. Really content to just ride here behind the 10. Honestly, this is a safe, comfortable spot for right now. Not even a third of the way through.
That lap was at 31.51.
3 recovers, tries to get a run on the outside. The 1. Have a ton of drafting help yet. 7 looks like he's jumping up. We're gonna get a good run on the outside now. 7 keeps bouncing between both lanes. Just trying to run a clean, consistent line through as cleanly as well as hopefully establish some trust with people around. So I do want to try to make a move later. He's got the 13 behind him. They're going to get a run now on the outside.
Still there. Still there. He's still there. He's still there. Keep digging.
They end up going way ahead, and the 10 ends up staying slow. I may try to work around him.
He's still there.
For right now, I'm fine with staying here.
He's still there. Still there.
Drifts up high, so we're just going to go to the bottom. Hope that the 1 can push us.
On your right.
Not have the room to drift up on the 10.
Outside line's clear.
We'll leave the 10 hanging. Looks like he got in the wall, so 3 comes down behind us. We're just going to try to get the run on the outside, I'm sure.
You're leading. That lap was at 51.
Back to the lead, not again by design. Again, did not have the room to follow the 10 up, and just kept the momentum up on the bottom. As the 3 can give me square pushes, I'm fine with that. 7's making a big move on the outside. Gets around the 13. Though I do not really want pushes in the front stretch, just in the back stretch. See the 7 trying to build the momentum up on the outside with the 13 pushing him. They're going to come flying up. We're still not even to halfway yet. pushed up a little bit there out of turn 2. Able to bring it back down though. Gotta come off of the corners a little bit better if I want to keep myself here comfortably. Well, this has gone green longer than either of the other races I ran, so I guess there's potential for this to be better. I figure a weaker strength of field is what's going to help it. 7's making some big ground on the outside. A little bit of a shot from the 3, kind of upset the car slightly, but not anything bad. Or the 7 will try to drop down in front of the 3. Just going to continue to work the high side. He's got the 13 and the 22 lined up behind him.
Right side.
He's alongside of us now.
Still there. Keep it steady. Still
And
there.
I'm just working the bottom.
He's still there. Still there.
We're going to have the 12 coming up eventually.
He's still there. Keep digging. He's still there. Keep it together. Hold your line.
Don't see him. I see him on the rail, on the relative, but not on the track, so got a little bit of time at least.
He's still there. Still there. Clear outside.
Just trying to keep it as close to the red line as I can without clipping that apron.
Right side. Still there. Clear high.
He's being really patient on the bottom.
That lap was at 31.74. Alright, Jake, lap times are pretty consistent.
Halfway through this time by.
Got a full course.
And we get a big wreck behind. Cars flipping. So now the hard part's going to be, do I come in or do I stay out?
Single file behind the pace car.
Everybody's probably going to do the opposite of whatever I decide to
Fuel
do.
looks good. We're under caution. Pits are closed.
I don't know what the call is. I almost feel like coming in is probably the better move. Just the tires, you know, they don't wear all that much, but you do get a little bit of grip out of them, so
Pits are open.
if I stay out, everybody comes in, I'm in trouble, but if I come in and everybody stays out, I'm also in trouble. I think we're gonna come in. Just see how many people
Pit lane
decide to
speed
stay
limit
out.
is 45 miles per hour. Box in 1260.
Just gotta make sure I don't miss the pit box this time. Cannot miss that. Give up. Being towards the front.
Box in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Box now.
And did it again. Hopefully we won't lose too many spots out of that. Fuel switches doing tires only.
We're gonna slide back up the track, so I kept it low and got ran through.
Looks like we lost 2 spots, that's fine. I didn't think the 20 was, well, I guess the 20 was up there. I don't know, maybe he fixed the tires. I know the 3 jumped us, that's fine. Let's see if we had anybody that stayed out, or if they're lap cars. Looks like we got 2 that stayed out. So we'll see how that ends up. The tires were 94, 96, so a little bit of wear. It's kind of, you know, that being out in front and not lifting. I feel like when I was in the other races, when I was in the draft, a little more in lifting, then it didn't rub tires as fast, so. This is our only caution. Hopefully it ends up being the right move, that the 2 that are in front end up, well, one's going in, so now it's only going to be 1 in front that didn't pit. So hopefully that ends up putting us in a spot where we can have the advantage to get by them. Looks like that's the 12 that's staying out, so we're
Okay,
back
Jake,
in fourth.
get ready. Race will resume at the end of this lap.
Be back up on the outside. He's got a little bit of rear end damage. Doubt it'll. I mean, his spoiler's kicked up a little bit, but I don't think it's too bad. So I don't think it should really affect him. With the 22 behind us, he was lined up behind the 13 and the 7 on the outside lane prior to the caution, so we know we can push the 3. Definitely will probably be pushing the 12. Maybe the inside, but I don't know what the 12 is going to be like. So we're going to restart with 19 to go. Hopefully this will be the only caution we can just run to the end. It's been fairly calm up in the front in terms of, again, from what I've experienced, so hopefully I can keep driving smart and just avoid whatever happens. And like I said, if we go green the rest of the way, avoid that last lap melee, because every single race I've run has had that. And I'm fully expecting it in this one as well. So the space car pulls off, get down into first gear, close to it. And we'll do it now. Get ready to go.
Green flag.
20 did not get a good start.
Low side, you got one.
Had the one there, could not get down.
Still there. Clear inside.
We're gonna get down now. Trying to get around the 20.
Coming up on here.
3 and 20 are up the wall. One dives down to avoid that.
You're on the bottom, 3 wide.
12's gonna come down. I'm hearing 3 wide call. Alright, so we just got the 20 to the outside. Third him, we got the 22 behind us. One's gonna I thought he was gonna look low 12, swerving all over the place to block. So that's only gonna end up with a wreck.
Still there. Keep it together. Hold your
20
line.
and the 3 are lined up on the outside.
Still there. Still there.
Hopefully the 1 can finally get a run and shuffle the 12 out.
3 wide. You've got the inside
Stay
line.
behind the 1.
Right side. Right side. 3 wide. You're on the bottom.
And there goes a wreck.
You got one right side.
Ooh, 20 got spun across though.
Caution.
Woo! Real lucky to avoid that one.
Race cars out.
Really lucky to
Single
avoid
file
that one.
behind car number 01.
Not coming in this time for tires. We'll stay out this time. Fortunately, gonna be restarting second. Not a good spot to be, but we'll make the most of it. Yeah, I can kind of see the 20 getting a little bit everywhere. I don't know exactly what started that. We can take a look after the race and see. Same thing, I want to see the wreck that happened with the flipping. Definitely was hoping the 1 was going to get by the 12, because the 12 seemed a bit all over. I love the 12 to our inside on the restart, assuming nobody pits from behind. Looks like 3's going in. I just don't think there's enough laps on the tires for it to make a difference yet, honestly. I could be wrong about that. I don't think there's enough in the track position to me matters with so much. It doesn't seem like as much was stayed out as I thought. But it could also be people behind having damage since that wreck happened. Pretty close to the front.
Lucky dog coming up top.
So working our second caution, we'll be crossing the line. Finish lap 30 under caution, be 2/3 of the way down. 10 was involved in the first wreck, I'm guessing, based on the front end of the rear end damage he's got. So still the 12 and the 22 around us. The 22 would be lined up directly behind us. Haven't really gotten to see the 9 much.
Pace car is out. Pits are closed.
I don't know how many people have damage now to know how many cars are Gonna be a bit off the pace. We'll have to see. Looks like there's a couple on pit road working their way off to stay on the lead lap.
We're going green next time by.
Quick caution at least. Just see what we can do on the outside, not trying to go for the lead. If it's there, you know, take it. Just trying to find himself a hole to work, whether it's staying on the high side or, you know, if I feel like there's a hole in the bottom that's going to be better for me to take, then just trying to ride as close to the front as I can, keep it clean. Just try to get myself to the last lap. Put myself in a position to finish well. Generally staying inside the top 5 for the most part, so want to capitalize on that, try to make that finish happen. Get some iRating back. I've lost so much iRating in the first 2 races trying to do this. These 2 races I ran before, plus one late model open race, just absolutely destroyed iRating. So everything I gained from the ARCA and the late model open series race that I posted basically just have got me to break even for the week. Which feels very demoralizing because I felt like I drove great races in both of those for my current skill level. Ready to go. Watch where the 1 goes. It's going to be hard to time. Tried to time that as best as I could. 12 lined up behind 1.
Inside. He's still there, keep digging.
This 22 is going to get the run, and we're going to get shuffled back. 9's lined up behind the 22 as well, and I can't get down to the bottom. Oh, we're going to get freight trained so far back right now. Unless the 12 does something stupid like that, but I don't trust the 12. Like I said, we saw them all over the place before. We are going to get freight trained so bad right now unless somebody jumps up and tries to help out. There's nothing I can do on the outside. And I don't trust on a single screen to try to side draft off of anybody. The only thing I can hope for is that the 12 decided to run on the outside, but it doesn't look like it. And I don't trust that he's not going to drift up in the corners either. Trying to make some progress. The 22 recognizes the runs that I'm getting, goes to the high side, see if he can catch up. Trying to side draft to work my way up towards the front. I don't know if we'll get there, but we're trying. The 8 lining up now behind the 9. 22's coming out to help us on the outside. Got the 12 door inside, which is the one I'm most worried about.
Alright, Jake, there's a car exiting the pits, heads up.
Still there.
The last lap time was out.
10 slow down on the apron. Low factor.
Keep it steady, still there.
Run side by side with the 1.
Still there. Still there.
Not clear of them yet.
Still there. Still there.
10 to go this time by.
Still there.
See a big gap between the cars that have damage, cars that don't have damage.
Still there. He's still there. He's still there.
Let's get a better run on the inside. We need some help from the 22.
He's still there. Keep it together, hold your line.
12's actually giving the 1 pretty good shoves from behind. He's keeping it pretty tight.
He's still there, keep digging. Keep it steady, still there. He's still there. Still there.
The lap time was at 31.27.
Still there. Still there.
Kind of drifts up there in the center a little bit. It's the 8 trying to make a run on the outside, extreme outside. 22 gives us a bit of a shot there.
He's still there.
Not quite enough to clear us. 12 and 22 make a little bit of contact.
There.
No wreck though. Keep it going straight. 8 to go.
Keep it together, hold your line. Still there. He's still there.
Good consistency. Keep them coming.
Still there.
Trying to do all I can here on the outside line. Another shot from the 22.
Hold your line. He's still there.
Not quite clear of the 10 yet, but we're running
Still there.
right around even with them.
He's still there.
2 was almost about to get shuffled up because the 8 was making a big run down the middle. Now the 1's got a bit of an advantage on us.
Keep it together, hold your line.
1's lost his help.
Keep it steady, still there.
Let's see if that allows us to finally clear him.
Inside clear.
Alright, we're going to drop down to the bottom now. We got smoke up ahead. Car's going on pit road, no factor. Let's see if the 22 is going to get a run on the outside now. 6 to go. It's all about patience and very, very welcome shoves from the 22. Very, very welcome shoves. 3's trying to work his way up. 1's going to shove 3 wide now.
Coming up on here. Still
Pretty
there.
comfortable with the 3 behind me.
He's still there.
8 and 22 are going to be lined up on the outside.
They're outside.
Getting down to the money time. Here comes the 12 as well. And we've got the 10 up ahead who's slow, so
4-3.
we'll see how we have to navigate him. 5 to go though. The 10 just stays high. Okay, now he cuts down to the apron. 3 jumps in front of the 22.
Keep it together, hold your line.
Just to try to make the outside work. I think he knows how bad the 12 is. I unfortunately now have to trust the 12, which scares me.
He's still there.
I trusted the 3 far more.
Still there.
3 with a big run cuts down in front of us. He just read that lane perfectly. That was a textbook Superspeedway pass. Great job by him. I'm just going to sit behind him for now. He stall us out, cost us spots, but I am perfectly fine with the top 5. I don't need the win.
Push. Get second place here.
Still there.
We still got the last lap to worry about. We still got 2 to go to get to that point, but 3 to go overall.
He's still there. They're high.
Did a little bit sooner than I thought he would, but I think everybody recognizes how hard it is to pass. I know if I'm going to try to make a move on the last lap, it's probably going to be somewhere down the backstretch into turn 3 or 4, and it's going to be an all or nothing thing if I decide to do it. It's either going to work out or we're going to get shuffled way back. My turn to return some of the kind drafting the 3 did with me. Hopefully the 22 doesn't take anybody out. If we get the white flag, then if a wreck happens, it'll be over. Alright, let's see if we can just cross the line, get the white flag. So we guarantee this race is going to end this lap now.
Okay, Jake. 1 more to go. Keep it together.
Don't want to make the move yet. Like I said, I think somewhere down the backstretch into turn 3, but we're also going to see what the 19's going to do. Because that can hamper the move to the outside. Trying to read where he's going. Alright, he dives off the track. 22 gets taken by the 12.
Coming up low side.
We're going to go for the win on the outside if we can get it.
Temperature's creeping up.
Just short.
They're on the inside.
Great drive. That's a podium.
Nice. Congratulations to the 3. I think we got second. Nice run, 3. That was a lot of fun. I appreciate all the help earlier. Great win by the 3. I tried to do what I could at the end. Just fortunately had to wait a little too long. Saw that wreck happening on the outside behind us, so had to avoid that. That wreck is what I talked about. I've always seen that happen on the last lap.
What's your speed? Box in 1260.
So that was a little better result than I expected. Again, it's still, I mean, we finished second. Not my
for a 4.
not my style at all. I just don't enjoy that kind of racing, but to get out of it with the 0x, I'll take that. There was only 2 of us that actually got out of it with the 0x, so that's kind of rare. And the car was about as clean as you could get it. So let's take a look at the wrecks that happened. I want to see if we can. So back through the field, we see. I know the 10 was, I believe, involved in this one. So this is a lap before. The 10's getting the run on the outside behind the 20. 10 kind of scared me. He was all over, so he dives to the bottom. Tries to tuck in behind the 9. See if the wreck's actually going to happen in front. Yeah, 13 just gets way loose. Alright, let's watch that. Then the pileup ensues. So we're going to get ahead to the 13. Back it up just a little bit. So they're coming off of turn 2 here. This is going down the backstretch. 13's trying to get a run, help push the 7. He gets out a little bit. It kind of comes down almost on the 1, tries to cut back up to save it, and it gets him a little loose, and that's the point where he comes down in front of the 9. Causes a big wreck there. Thought I saw somebody flipping. To rewind it and see. I could have sworn I saw somebody flipping. Let's see. Let's look at the 19's perspective. Because once the 13 came down in the 9, it's just so tight, everybody stacks up. I don't know, I thought somebody was flipping, but I guess not. That one took out like 3 or 4 of the 16 gets a little whack from the 19 right at the end. Yeah, that was like 4 or 5 cars involved in that one, so I don't know, that was a bit of a bad break. Kind of sucked. And then I believe it was the 20 that was involved in the second one. So he's got the 3 pushing him on the outside. You can see I'm 3rd in line on the bottom. 1 had the 12. This is where the 12 pushes up. So the 1's going to finally get the run. I'm going to go with the 1 below to try to get behind the 12. 20 gets kind of a bump with the 12. And he just gets another bump and it gets him loose. And then next thing you know, there's another wreck 15 involved in another one. This one looks like it was mostly just a single car with the 20. Everybody else was kind of separated enough that they were able to avoid that one. So I guess lucky for everybody else to avoid that one. And then we'll take a look at the 22 because that was the wreck at the end, I believe. So the 8's pushing the 22 on the outside. I got the 3. Thought the 12 came up. Going into the middle of the backstretch into turn 3. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, the 12 kind of drifts up, sends the 22 up in the wall. They clog up. 7 blinks and causes a wreck. Let's see, that's the only thing I come up with that happened there. 11 maybe? I don't know, it was weird how that happened. Watch it from back here and see. 22 and the 8 both went up. 24 gets spun. Okay, so 11 blanks. So let's look back at the... Oh, here's a flip. Let's see how this one starts. Okay, so we're gonna get up to the 24. So he gets stacked up. He gets punched from behind by the 14. 14 to 17 had nowhere to go. He's spinning, and then we get the wreck up there. So let's see what happens out of this, because this is the second wreck. 12's coming into this one. He's got everybody flying. Oh man, 13 goes for a ride. Let's watch the 13 and the 14. Alright, so 17's coming. He tries to go a little low. 13, kind of had nowhere to go, but then he gets barreled pretty quick. Loses the back end pretty quickly. Woo-wee! People come flying in because it's the end of the race and they're trying to get by to get spots. So, yeah, that was a bit of an eventful finish there. And then, since we're at it, we might as well take a look at my finish and see. just rewind it, watch the last lap. So 40 or the 3 was going all the way to the bottom. Sorry. There we go. All right, that's where I wanted. Yeah, lined up behind. I just had to trust the 12 at this point. I had nowhere else to go, and it was way, way too early to try to make the move around the 3. I knew if I made the move, then I was either going to get freight trained or involved in the wreck or something was going to happen. Fortunately, the 19 lap car didn't, and then I thought about making the move, but I kind of saw right here the 12 drift up, so I was worried about the run. Didn't want to get wrecked myself, so tried to follow behind the 3, catch as much of a run. I don't think it's going to be as close as I thought. Yeah, it was actually pretty close. It was actually pretty close. 3 went down to the bottom like he needed to. Just under 200ths of a second of a gap. So, hey, you know what? I got through it clean. Second place finish. 0x. Like, that could not have gone any better than you know, what I thought it would. So, got a couple laps led to. Let's go take a look at the results. I'm taking that and definitely on that level stopping. Yeah, third split. 5 splits in total. So, just a little bit short terms iRating for what I needed to get into the second split. The top split was fairly strong there, just under a 5K strength field. So 26.58, getting pretty weak. So we were car number 6. Managed to gain 0.14 on the safety rating up to 3.23. A few more 0x races should start clearing out some of the previous incidents and start getting me closer to the 0.4 bump to get back over 4.0. I think with the Xfinity races I ran this week, and as soon as we get over 4.0, we should get the quick level up to A. 81 for a decent iRating gain out of that. So 29.20. Again, the iRating sucks, but like I said, I've gotten absolutely murdered. 1 late model race and then 2 of these before just absolutely murdered me. So this by no means, I think I'm still probably down in terms of iRating for just B fix this week. I'm still probably down 50 or 60, something like that. But that's a big chunk and going back in the right direction. I don't know if I'll be able to get, you know, up to 3K before the end of the week. So I think the only other oval race I'm probably going to run is I'll probably try super late model again. But hey, I got to take it. A lot of times, obviously, I was not really getting runs like some of the people were coming up from behind. So that's why you see a bunch of the laps in the 30s. That's fine. I was able to lead 17 laps, so just over a third of the race, which I'll take. And yeah, kept it clean. Got a 0x out of it. Looks like the 11 also did as well. Somehow I missed him. But everybody else besides the 1, the 11, and myself all with incident points. So sucks. Like I said, it's not my style. I won't be coming back here. It's just not fun. And I don't plan on running NIS with given how it is. But I've also got RC race over the weekend too. So it takes out a bunch of the time slots that NIS runs at. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Feel free to leave your comments on the wrecks that we looked at. If you would have driven anything differently for, you know, how I managed lanes or where I went, anything like that. You know, I'm still learning Superspeedway and trying to be more aggressive to be able to finish to the front. It's just not typically my style. I usually like to wait things out, and it's a lot tougher to do here. You can see how tough it is to make passes. I mean, obviously the 3 and the 12 certainly made their way from the back, but it's still pretty difficult. You got to catch wrecks and you got to catch runs. It's just the right way to be able to do it. So I don't think it's quite as easy as it is Talladega and Daytona. So hopefully you enjoy that one. Finally got a good one. Got to lead some laps and felt like I actually drove a pretty smart race overall. Didn't really, for what I felt like, step out of line too bad. So I will definitely take that and move on. Call that a good quitting point for my week at Atlanta. And hopefully you guys enjoy that one. So until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.